The following is a production of WEGL 91.1 FM.
That ball is gone. It's a walk-off home run for Stephen Williams.
WEGL Sports,
The Tigers are headed to the College World Series.
where every
Touchdown Auburn! Jacoby McClain!
game
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow!
lives. Strap in. It's time for the Extra Point, Auburn's best sports talk radio show, Auburn's only sports talk TV show.
He better count basketball wins.
Your three-time nationally nominated sports show.
Oh, yeah.
And they signed Cody Parkey.
SEC champion, Cody Parkey.
I picked Pitt, and I was right. Your three-time nationally nominated sports show. The guys give you the latest.
Penn State.
by a million.
Thank you.
Trade.
John Gruden cried after he traded Khalil Mack, and now he's dancing in the locker room, saying he wish he had a disco.
Call in at 334-844-9345 to join the debate. My boy got it
I
on
thought
lock.
you were saying 1,800 yards in this game. I was like, Jared.
The X's and O's begin now on Eagle Eye TV and WEGO Radio. The Extra Point, presented by WEGO Sports, where every game lives. And welcome inside the Extra Point here on WEGO 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, and joining me, wherever they may be, is Amanda Warren, Jack Hart, Javon Cutler, and Devin, if I figured out where he went. Amanda, we'll start with you. How you doing over in Texas?
Good. We've had good weather recently. It was rainy and gloomy these past few days, and I was starting to go stir crazy. So it's been good. I downloaded TikTok.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I haven't made any yet. We're not there yet, but
Yet.
Yet is the key. But no, it's a fun app.
Jack, how you doing? Still in Auburn, I think, right?
Still in Auburn, still in my humble abode. The weather has been beautiful. It's sunny and 80 today, so if I can drag myself out the front door, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I also have TikTok. I've also made some TikToks, so we'll see how this... Jared, what's going on over there? You just lit a cigarette.
No, I'm lighting a candle. Once again, a reminder that Jared has asthma, so Jared can't do that kind of stuff. What scent is that? What scent is that?
That has been Lilac Breeze. I've been smelling on that for the past 2 days.
That sounds good.
Very good candle.
I gotta light 2 more candles. But let's go over to Javon. Javon, how's it been?
It's been good. I mean, I'm back in Georgia right now, just trying to survive this coronavirus thing. It's gotten really bad here in Georgia, but I'm trying to stay safe as much as I can, get outside a little bit for a run. But, you know, other than that, it's been going pretty good.
Which one of you did that?
Yeah, I heard some music, so that was really rude.
I know exactly. I know exactly where it's coming from. I know it's coming from Jack.
Jack on TikTok.
And it was definitely Corona related. I know.
That is the Corona time TikTok audio.
Yeah, it was. And finally, Devin Foreman. Devin,
Hi, everybody.
how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm sorry I had to step off for a quick second, but we're back. No, we're back. Everybody good? Oh, everybody good?
For the most part.
Doing all right.
The isolation is really starting to take its toll on me.
Devin, what is your background?
Once
Uh-oh.
again,
Here we go.
I take pictures so it's blissful moments.
Okay.
Just rocking a brand everywhere I go. Just like Jared rocked this ugly pullover.
Excuse me? It is my Smith Station hoodie. It's gotten me through some tough times. And if we want to talk smack about high schools, let's remember how your basketball school ended.
Jared was wearing that hoodie when we beat Kansas last year.
I was.
Oh, Jared, you gonna really bring it up?
Was it Final Four you guys reached on your undefeated season before you got clapped?
Did y'all even win a game?
Probably not. Probably not. But we're not a basketball school. So no, probably not. Man. Then again, we're 7A, so we got to play against some mean boys.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So
And you definitely.
We just some country boys. We don't know. We don't really know how to do much. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. First, because that's what's on the forefront, NFL free agency. For a lot of you, I haven't talked to you guys about the happenings of free agency up until this point. Since the last time that a lot of us have been together, some things have happened, such as, obviously, we all have a connection to it. Cam Newton, gone. Jack, I know you're the big Panthers fan here, so I'll let you begin. How are you taking this mourning process with Cam Newton?
Well, it was a long time coming. I feel like there was a feeling that he was definitely gone about halfway through the season, and then with all the changes made to the offense and the front office in the Panthers organization, it made it very clear they wanted to keep him around. So I thought that it was almost a sure thing he was leaving to a sure thing he was staying. And then almost out of nowhere, that script got completely flipped once again. So it was almost like a bell curve of certainty of and obviously the aftermath of it is we're seeing some divisions between the organization itself and Cam Newton's interests. But honestly, I think in retrospect, it's easy for me to say this, but I do think it was time, just because it seems that the organization that Carolina's been running the past, 10, I mean, you got to remember Cam was there for 10 years, if not more. And other than, I mean, his accomplishments were there, and the team being the front office never really built a team around him for him to find success. So I guess as long as there's no bad blood, I guess it was a fine move for them to be made. But the real problem now is that this move came so late in the off season that there's no buyer's market for quarterbacks right now, and Cam Newton is not exactly a plug and play type quarterback. He's going to need a little bit of work and a little bit of adjustment to the offense, not only because of injury, but also because he's such a dynamic two-tool player that it's going to take a lot of changes to an organization to be able to utilize Cam Newton and hit the ground running starting in the fall. So it'll be very interesting to see where he ends up, if anywhere. And the Panthers obviously had to release Cam to save cap space rather than trade him directly. So Cam becomes a free agent rather than just someone being traded back and forth between teams. So I think that definitely complicates things as well, how late this came in the free agency system, and how it seems that all the big quarterback moves were made already before Cam got released. So it was a really bad situation for both the Panthers and Cam Newton. And that, I think, leads to a little bit of digging deeper, especially what we saw on Instagram from Cam Newton about how this was a little bit bigger of an issue than the teams parting ways. And I think we can read into that just a little bit because this came at such a bad time for both parties.
All right, well, that's a great in-depth analysis. Who wants to take it from there?
I mean, it's kind of hard to top that. I mean, Jack pretty much hit all the points right there. I'd say, I mean, I'm not a Panthers fan. I'm a Falcons fan. But just by watching the Panthers, it was really fun to watch Cam do his thing every Sunday, especially when he was at his peak. You saw a lot of athleticism from him, a lot of great runs. He could throw the ball down the field at times with accuracy, so it was really fun to watch that. And it's just a shame that we didn't really get to see like prime Cam Newton paired with prime Christian McCaffrey when McCaffrey's actually hitting his prime right now. So it's a shame we didn't get to see that as an NFL fan, but I also feel sorry for Cam because he never, like Jack said, got to have the great receivers around him. I mean, he had Steve Smith early in his career, but Steve was kind of in the prime or the twilight of his own career, so it wasn't really much as far as production-wise. But for Cam, it always seems like he had to do the most in order to drag the team, and he did a great job, especially in 2015 when they went to the Super Bowl and came close to winning the Super Bowl against the Broncos. But other than that, it just felt like Cam had some great seasons, but there was nothing much around him to really help him out. And it just seems like we never really got to see Cam be on that national spotlight as far as making the playoffs every single year, even being a Super Bowl contender every single year. So it was just kind of sad to see his kind of career go by the wayside in Carolina, but I definitely wish him the best of luck as far as his next destination, whether it be like the Chargers or somebody like that.
Amanda, Devin, any comments?
Devin already said this, but I will say this about his Super Bowl appearance. Y'all remember in the fourth quarter when I think it was Von Miller, like stripped the ball from him and he like didn't dive for the fumble. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Cam through the game, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the start of his like I think ever since like that Super Bowl he's had not the best record. Anyways, but I think he'll go if he goes somewhere. I think he'll maybe goes to backup because, like Jack said, there's not really a big quarterback market right now. I think Chargers, if I had to bet, but I think what's going to happen is he'll be a free agent, and then someone's going to get hurt in the middle of the season, and they'll pick him up, and that's what's going to happen.
Devin.
But, Auburn family forever. Wish him the best of luck.
Oh, most definitely. I really agree with everybody. Y'all made some great points, starting with Jack, which is, we all expect that from Jack. Like,
No.
That's expected from Jack. Come with that kind of analysis. So shout out to Jack. But hey, if he do go somewhere, I have a wishful thinking. I really do have a wishful thinking. And you said, like Amanda said, somebody might have to get hurt. Let's just say Matt Ryan get hurt, get Cam in Atlanta. It's gonna be crazy.
That's really all Devin really wants. And speaking of Atlanta, let's go ahead and talk about it. Todd Gurley is the new running back in Atlanta. And we'll let Javon take that first. Because we know what Todd Gurley, his injury past is a little bit of a concern, but, how you feeling about Todd Gurley running in that backfield?
I think it's a great move by the Falcons because it's an absolute low risk, high reward move. I mean, he's only getting paid $6 million by the Falcons, and he's still getting, I think, paid $7 million from the Rams this year. So he's good as far as money, and anything's better than Devontae Freeman at this point if you're a Falcons fan like me, because Freeman's been hurt a bunch of years, mainly concussions. I think for Todd Gurley, it's obviously a concern with his knees. I think arthritis in his knees is the diagnosis, but you could get about, 800 yards, 900 yards out of Todd Gurley, another 200, maybe 300 yards out of the backfield receiving the ball. That's a win for the Falcons and also a win for Todd Gurley because he'll be able to hit the market once again at age 20 now and be able to get I'd say maybe 3-year contract, maybe with Falcons, maybe somewhere else. But for the Falcons, it gives them a great insurance policy because they could draft a running back, which they still might do in the draft. But I think the Todd Gurley move is a great move. Also a great PR move because the Falcons force Georgia Bulldogs connection. So fans are going to be piling into Mercedes-Benz Stadium, hopefully, to see Todd Gurley as well. So I think it's a great move for the Falcons, and it's a low-risk, high-reward move because, let's face it, Gurley's not going to be 100% anymore the rest of his career. But if he's, I'd say at least 75% if he was, the Falcons will take that for sure. So I think it's a great move for the Falcons, and I think it's going to pay off at the end for both sides.
Matt Ryan, you have no excuses, sir. There's no excuses now. All right, I can't. Drew Brees, you should be beating Drew Brees. You should beat everybody. I don't care about nobody. Tom, I don't care about none of that. You should not lose. No excuses. All right, no excuses.
I mean, the Falcons. On paper, it looks like they have the weapons. They got Calvin Ridley. They have Julio Jones. I know they lost Austin Hooper, but, okay, you pick up Todd Gurley. The offensive line, granted, I'm not a Falcons fan, so I don't know too much about the offensive line, but it seems like it was still middle of the pack of the NFL, decent enough, right? It wasn't like Matt Ryan was being terrorized in the backfield a lot. The Falcons have the offense. I think it's the defense, which I know that's Dan Quinn's, wheelhouse, or it's supposed to be. It's a defense that has let the Falcons down most, if not all the time. And that's where a lot of the concern for me comes in for the Falcons.
Yeah, with the addition of Todd Gurley, we're really almost looking at a return to that 2016 style offense with the elite receivers, Matt Ryan looking for another MVP type season, and a solid running game, which is what really set the Falcons apart back in 2016. It made their offense so lethal, the ability to make other teams respect the run game, drop that safety, and really open things up for both Julio Jones and now Calvin Ridley to both just torch people down the sidelines. So I think this is very conducive. Having a bowling ball like Todd Gurley in your backfield, even if he's not getting touches, even if he's not wearing himself out to the point of injury every single game, he's definitely going to pull back the defense and make them think twice about dropping deep to cover Julio Jones, and that's going to open up a lot of opportunities for the offense.
Devin, are you folding laundry?
No, I had like to get this thing off. No, I wasn't going.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought we had a new moment in the extra point, which was folding laundry during the show. But as far as the Atlanta Falcons go with their signings and Cam Newton, is there anything else in free agency that's popped up that just caught your eye recently?
Domikong Sue's going back to the Bucks.
So that the Bucks get back Sue, who I know isn't. I guess he's not the force that he used to be, years ago, but still big body that can cause havoc if you let him. So I guess that's good for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, who I'm gonna go for next year?
I thought you were a Falcons fan.
I am, but I just don't trust Matt Ryan.
What?
I feel like I trust everybody on that team except for. I feel like I don't trust anybody on that team except for Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley. Those are the only three players I trust on that team.
Listen, I trust everybody except for that dude, Matty Ice. I used to love Matt Ryan, but it just ain't it no more. And I just can't. I want to go for Tom Brady, but then I don't know.
Rival, right?
Yeah, it's a rivalry.
I mean,
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You can jump on the bandwagon to this new team with a new look named the LA Rams. And there's been a development in that story of their logo where Eric Dickerson, obviously a big name for the Rams, one of the best running backs in NFL history, who holds a position with the Rams, has pretty much became the voice of the voiceless. And he is saying that he's going to communicate with the Rams about fans who are upset about their new look. If you haven't seen it, it's, yeah.
Ooh.
Dumb.
It looks like an airline. That's what it looks like.
They said it's supposed to look like a wave and a spiral of a football.
That's not even close to what it looks like.
What?
Jack, I'm listening to whatever Jack say. Whatever Jack
It's
say.
dumb.
Jack.
Well,
And the Chargers said, you know what? Let's make two dumb logos in the same dang stadium.
At least the Chargers pretty much kept it the same. It just shrunk.
Yeah, they flattened the curve.
Yeah, that was it. And you know what? I don't really care at that point. I take the Chargers what they did over what the Rams did, who pretty much
I just like how they took the firestorm of LA getting a bunch of heat to sneakily reintroduce that logo that they caught so much hell for when they originally moved to Los Angeles. That was the ripoff of the Dodgers logo with the Thunderbolt. They did it anyway. It just hit under the cover of night of everyone hating on the other LA team.
It's just like when the Colts left Baltimore in the middle of the night.
It's weird that we had both LA teams now sharing the same stadium, both changing their uniforms within the week, uniforms and logos, and basically, other than a couple shades of darkness, having the exact same color scheme.
Wait, I'm confused. What's the new Chargers logo? It literally looks the same.
Exactly. It's like someone sat on it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just flattened. I guess it is flatter.
And additionally, they're pretty much ditching navy or royal, whatever you want to call it. They're going all powder and yellow.
Which, I mean, give love to the powder blues.
It's about time. But at the same time, you're dealing with LA, who's all ditched the gold and went to completely royal and yellow, and they're going to be playing in the same stadium. So, I don't know. At least they can make the seats the right colors.
Will the Rams and Chargers play? Will they be like rivals each year, where they get to play a game against each other?
No. That's not how the league schedule works.
It should be how the. Well, isn't there some sort of system in place where they allow teams to play rivals?
In baseball, yeah.
I know in football. I know the Colts,
the Giants and the Jets play every 4 years.
The Colts and the Patriots played every year. It felt like.
That's because you play the teams that are finish in the same position as you. So if the Colts and the Patriots both finished in first place, then you get scheduled to play each other again next year.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Well, if the Chargers and Rams both finish in last place, do they get to play each other?
They're in different conferences, so they only play once every 4 years.
Damn. Well, there goes that. There goes the dream, boys and girl. Sorry, 2020. Anything else?
I mean, they're looking at a new helmet policy.
I
So
did see that.
Antonio Brown, maybe back.
Well,
I don't know about that.
there you go, Devin. There's the new logo.
Yeah, that could be good news for throwbacks because we're looking at a chance to have players having more than one helmet, which is a weird sentence to say in the year 2020.
Is that what that update that I got was about? The helmet thing? You know.
Yes. So yeah, for a long time, the league for safety reasons has mandated that one player has one helmet that can be perfectly curated to minimize concussions is the reason they give. But it's been one player, one helmet, which has caused a lot of problems uniform wise, which is why you saw the Redskins wearing their normal helmets with throwback uniforms, which looked bad. But that's caused a lot of limitations on uniforms, and I think safety as well. Because if you think about it, I mean, as much money as this NFL team has, and as much as they're committed to safety, you think they can make identical replicas of helmets and padding underneath. But that's definitely I mean, they got time to kill. I'm sure this break from sports is going to do a lot for rule changes because the executives don't have much else to do. It seems like.
Well, that's pretty much all the NFL news I had. Is there anything else in the NFL?
That's about all that's going on.
Well, I do know that big news that came out of the summer, or for the summer, the Olympics getting pushed back. So there's that. So the sliver of hope that maybe we get something in the summer, which we all knew that wasn't going to happen, but that's gone, at least until 2021. Which I don't know if it's going to throw the whole rotation of the Olympics out of whack now. Right? I don't know if that moves 2024, which is us, by the way. Yippee! Is 2024 us or France? Or is 2028 us? I don't remember.
2028 is us.
Yeah,
2028
in LA, right?
Yeah, the whole West Coast has a whole thing. I think. Yeah, we're supposed to be 2028. I don't know if that moved us to 2029 or not. But yeah, Olympics are gone. I believe Australian rules rugby is still going on. So if you guys want to watch,
Chinese basketball started back.
did Chinese basketball start back?
I think so.
Is my boy Jimmer Fredette still over there?
I
Stevenson?
heard that Lance Stevenson and
Yay!
No. Okay, so before, things hit the fan, I do remember the article about Lance Stevenson was talking to the Lakers, right? Lance Stevenson was talking to the Lakers about coming back. And then I guess the rule was like, we don't want Lance Stevenson to come back, and then shut down. So I guess he's still over in China. Somebody confirm if Lance Stevenson's playing in China still.
Cool.
according to ESPN Daily podcast, he is. That's what we were talking about.
Good. I can at least watch Lance Stevenson. How can I watch Chinese basketball games without getting hacked?
Set up a VPN.
Okay. That hasn't gone well for us in the past, but I'll try it out.
I know rugby is, or not rugby, cricket is still going on down under. And the thing about cricket is when a ball gets knocked out of play on a 6-pointer, which would be the equivalent of a home run, by rule, the ball has to be returned into the field of play, which is a bit troubling when there are no fans to not only return it, but know where the heck the ball went. So I've seen a lot of choice footage of the players being forced to go and crawl through the stands to find the ball because I guess they don't have more than one. Maybe cricket balls are made out of gold and they can't afford making more than one of them. But
dude,
these are strange times we're living in.
Can they not pull like a tennis and have like ball boys running through the stands or something?
I might get to that point.
I don't know.
ESPN brought back the Ocho.
They did.
Good deal.
If ESPN brought back the Ocho, things are not going well.
Running out of content really fast.
Did I see marble racing on ESPN? Was that a thing? Did that happen? There was a marble racing, which look, it may take the world by storm. I don't know.
Marble racing is good, but I have not seen it on ESPN yet.
We had to do that in 8th grade for a physics project.
Did you win?
Yes, of course.
Of course, bro.
I don't know. Do you know what I was doing in 8th grade? Like, what was I doing in 8th grade?
8th grade was a great time. I won the marble racing contest, then we also had to build like a tower that was like earthquake resistant, and ours won.
Did you peak in 8th grade?
No.
Oh.
I peaked sophomore year when I was QB1. That's when I peaked.
QB1 for what?
Flag football.
Okay. What were your stats?
We literally only played like 2 games, but it was the peak because all the senior boys knew who I was. That's why it was the peak.
Okay.
They would let us cut them in lunchtime.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
Devin knows
If
what's
that's the criteria, I peaked when I was in the 4th grade. I'm still peaking. I'm like LeBron. My peak is
It just keeps going up.
keep going up every. It's just crazy.
I don't know. I don't know about all that. It seems like ever since I'm gonna be honest. It seems like ever since that All-Star game happened, the world fell apart.
Yeah.
It hasn't been
It
a
really did.
month. It has not even been a month since then.
So sad.
Those
then-
are simpler times.
Speaking of that, somebody on here not gonna point or make any, no shade toward anybody. Didn't even want to play for me. It was so sad. Like,
What? Wait. Oh, I was about to say. I thought it was directed at me.
no.
Shots
I'm
at
saying, Jesus, like this dude, like just didn't even want to play with me, man. It was a sad moment.
He was load managing. At least that's what I was told.
I was.
Oh, he was load managing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They did. Ever since that happened, everything just went down.
I mean,
If I would have played the Plainsmen, I would have been the coach.
see, that's the thing. See, he was load managing for that game because that game was gonna happen until yeah.
I would have looked
yeah.
much better in a suit than whoever else wanted to be the coach. I would have whipped out a clipboard.
All I,
You gonna be our coach?
Yeah.
Oh yes, we're gonna. I mean, that's
all,
I don't have to coach Devin though. He can do his own thing. But everyone else, I'm gonna just yell at.
yeah. All I know is one thing and one thing only. The Plainsmen, they didn't want that smoke from us. Cause we were gonna bring it. But alas, maybe that's a next year thing. But I won't be involved in that. So you guys take care of that.
either, bro. Sad story.
Let's see. NBA. Any NBA news out there? I know there's one, and I don't know if we want to go to it. Right? You don't want to go to it, Devin?
I do not want to talk anything NBA. I'm depressed. Right? I'm depressed. Do you not understand that, Jared? Like, it broke my heart. All right. LeBron, he ain't got that much time left. We had to win this year. It was the year, and they just canceled the whole season. I don't even want to. Y'all can talk about it. I'm not gonna say anything.
I feel like LeBron's in the kind of shape where, like, I don't know. That
Yeah, I saw a TikTok from LeBron yesterday. He looked good.
he did
He's
look
killing
good.
it. He's hanging out with Bronny. They were eating tacos. It was nice.
Jack, check this out though. Next year, guess who's gonna be back? KD.
Oh, I mean, Katie is
if-
Katie is snakes. I don't care.
Yeah, he'd probably be on the Lakers next year.
That is it. He might not make it through. We don't know.
KD gonna be back. Then Luka gonna be a year older. Kawhi and them gonna be a year older.
If you think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to keep LeBron out of the finals, then you got another thing coming.
I'm just saying to win the finals. To win the finals. That's what I'm saying.
I just got an update from ESPN. It was 7 a.m. in the morning, so I missed it. But funny enough, and I have to bring it up because we talked about it. The Chinese Basketball Association actually delayed their start today
Oh, I missed that.
to May. They were going to start back, but now they're going for May. And then Mavs owner Mark Cuban
He
said,
was hoping for you go, Jared.
Mavs owner Mark Cuban said that they're hoping for a mid-May return. And I guess mid-May means not necessarily we're back to normal, but like NBA can play games in a, empty arena with, certain safeguards set up so players don't get sick and etc. That way the NBA can get back into the kind of the groove of things. And if at least if that happens, at least there's some sort of normalcy back, right?
Is the NBA the professional sports league with the most corona cases? Is that
It's either the NBA or it seems like baseball. Like it's because baseball has like the main league and then all the farm systems. But it seems like every day there's a minor leaguer that has the case, like it has a case of it.
We should say a prayer for those minor leaguers because they're like not gonna get paid. And I read this article about like is not looking good for their financial stability.
Yeah, I know that they're trying to figure out something financially for a lot of these players. Yeah, it's not great. It's not a great situation. Let's see. So there's NBA news. Unless Devin.
I ain't got too much to say, sir.
Devin Lucas still my background because I refuse to change it.
Hey, that's great for you. You know, that's amazing. You know, Javon is over, bro.
What?
It's over, man. Like
It's not over.
And the other day, I found myself trying to watch LeBron highlights, and I was like, man, dude, that's it. It is over. So y'all just, I don't know. Let's not even talk about the NBA. Just let the NBA just go on about its business. We don't know. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll take this story. We don't have to comment on it, but it's important to actually say it, and then we'll move over to some news from the NCAA. So yesterday, it was Minnesota Timberwolves star Karl Anthony Towns who became the. You're not gonna like where this is going. Who became the latest face for the coronavirus outbreak, as his mother was put into a medically induced coma after complications with the virus. So Karl Anthony Towns put a message on his social media, just asking people to just take everything seriously, and thoughts and prayers for his mother and everybody else fighting it. So, Karl Anthony Towns doing what he can to spread awareness.
I'm gonna talk to you after this show, Jerry. I'm gonna talk to you after the show.
Okay. Let's move over to the NCAA. So yesterday, here's what's happened yesterday. So yesterday there was a story that the NCAA. So let's start with this. Trevor Lawrence started a GoFundMe page for coronavirus victims or people dealing with it. And then there was a report that the NCAA shut it down. And then obviously, because we all know our feelings about the NCAA, we just assumed, that's what the NCAA would do, and jumped on it. And then now it came out that it wasn't actually the NCAA that did it. It was the compliance department from Clemson that shut it down. And then the NCAA came out later and said, yeah, we had nothing to do with that, but we're okay with Trevor Lawrence doing what he did. So there was that whole situation that happened in 24 hours for the NCAA, which, I guess slow news day, gotta have something, right?
How did they get it mixed up?
I don't know. I mean, you know how things are with journalism these days, right?
We just assumed, and then because everyone's at home and not had nothing better to do, they just bought it and ran with it. I mean, that makes sense. That's what's happened with everything. Like, we thought the news was bad before this, but with all this free time everyone has, the news has gotten insufferable.
Yeah, and to be fair, it didn't come out until later, after we had found out it happened, that there was some other reporting on it, and I was like, yeah, that's not actually what happened. So there's that news with the NCAA and kind of player likeness and compensation and things like that. That we know that's going to be a battle for the next 2 years. And the NCAA said they're going to change a couple of rules on it, but that's still a big sticking point or issue with college athletics, and just making sure that that's my boy right there.
Joe Burrow says keep it safe.
Yeah. That is Heisman winner, number 1 overall pick, future Cincinnati Bengal, national champion, my boy, Joe Burrow, ride or die. Man, those were simpler times when we just ranted about Joe Burrow.
You can think about the draft like it was going to happen.
Well, here's the thing. So, update NFL draft. They still want to have it, even though some owners are pushing against it. And the reason why is because they're not sure that they're able to get a, they're not sure that they're able to get a good feel on prospects because, the training grounds are shut down and they're not able to visit them in person or see them work out and things like that. Which, I mean, that sounds fair. But the NCAA, not NCAA, but the NFL still wants to have the draft the same day. I gotta assume that there won't be either anybody at the venue or it's gonna be done online. And they want to use the draft as a chance for charity, which, I mean, thumbs up, NFL.
Until 2009, the MLB did the draft on a conference call they still basically do. So it can be done. There's huge precedent for it. And think to the days of old when players would figure out they were drafted when they picked up a newspaper. So it's definitely doable. Draft's always a spectacle, and maybe if you're not a big fan of the song and dance, like I know a couple people are, it'll be a welcome reprieve from the circus that gets put on every year, especially with what they were planning this year. The coronavirus might have been an act of God just to stop the players getting delivered on jet skis that the NFL had planned.
I still want to see that, though.
It is God's way of saying that we don't need a red carpet at the NFL draft. That's my viewpoint on it.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. But.
I think it's so overhyped. Like I could go on about it. I don't like. Yeah,
I like the crazy suits.
Drafts. There's too many like this or that, and I know sports people love talking about it, but I want to talk about it after it happens. After it happens, let's see where all the cards fall, who's gonna fit in where. But it's too much.
Hey, now that the season's technically officially over for college basketball, do you know what that means that just dropped today?
NBA draft.
No. The way too early top 25 for what we hope to be next year. That's what dropped today.
Who was number one?
Number one, the Villanova Wildcats. Which, yeah, Villanova's always going to be up there.
Can you give me top 5, please?
Villanova at number 1. Number 2, Creighton. Number 3, Gonzaga. 4, Baylor. And 5, Kentucky. Rounding out the top 10, so would you go ahead and throw that down there? The Duke Blue Devils at number 6. The Iowa Hawkeyes at number 7. Virginia at number 8. Michigan State number 9. And Kansas number 10. Because your boy's on the team, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, Devin. Number 11, North Carolina in the top 25. And if you're wondering...
Yeah.
20. Number 20.
Auburn is not on the list.
What?
Auburn is not in the way too early top 25.
If you're an Auburn fan, you love that because...
Well,
Wait,
thank you.
no, I had to skip Auburn. Hold up. No, I had to skip them.
We like
The underdog. It's fine.
it.
I had to skip Auburn.
But you gotta think about it, we did lose a lot of people.
Okay, but here we go. So North Carolina's 11. Number 14 is Tennessee. Number 18 is LSU. Number 20 is Arkansas. And then Richmond's 25. Next in line, Arizona State, UCLA, Rutgers, Florida, and Indiana. Auburn's nowhere in sight. So technically, Auburn's outside the top 30.
That's fine. The preseason rankings are dumb. Remember who is number 1 this year? Michigan State. Whatever.
But at least they're still, a top 15 team.
They weren't for a while. They weren't even on the poll.
Yeah, that's true. Granted.
Michigan State, and Ohio State were in the top 5, and they all dropped off the back of the poll.
To be fair, if Auburn was in the Big Ten, I think Auburn would be doing the same thing because the Big Ten was just the wild.
If they were in the Big Ten.
That's what we thought last time.
Wild Midwest.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the wild Midwest out there for the Big Ten, and I don't think Auburn was ready for that. Plus, the SEC wasn't even that good this year. It's just surprising to see teams like Tennessee and Arkansas in there. Well, Tennessee, they had injuries, so I can understand why we think they would rebound next year. But Arkansas, were they a good team? Sure, they were good, but I don't know if they're top 25 worthy, and I don't know if they're in front of Auburn, even especially when Auburn reloads.
But who are we losing though?
I mean,
Look at
a good
gotta look at
a good chunk.
So we really can't base it off, hey, they got top recruits coming. Like, we're not to that standard where we can just say that.
That top recruits are coming in, so they're gonna be good.
Yeah, we ain't.
It's not that Kansas Duke level, right?
Nah, we ain't on that level yet.
So then, what's the deal with North Carolina? They just had a down year, and that was it. They're gonna get those top recruits again, and they'll be alright.
Probably.
Like the
That's
Warriors.
what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be all right.
North Carolina will bounce back. Here's hoping, because this year was rough for North Carolina. But because there was no tournament, they keep their tournament streak intact.
See,
that's a dub.
Hey, take it however you can. But it wasn't my guy's fault. It wasn't my guy's fault. Most improved player of the ACC, man. Shout out to Garrison Brooks. You already know how we do it around here. How we do it.
Jack, did you have a comment?
I'll say that's dumb.
Hey, it's just like, who else had that kind of Florida State in football when they got to the bowl game, even with they were 5-7 that year, but
they had 6 wins, but 2 of them were against FCS schools, and you can't count both of those for a win.
Oh yeah. So they got there, and then people put an asterisk next to it, and then like they weren't even good the next year, so they lost their streak anyway. So.
I mean, is North Carolina just going to be like the Warriors? They're just going to retool and be good again?
I mean, I feel like every blue blood's that, isn't it?
But every blue blood doesn't have a season.
Oh, we're talking about have a bad year and then bounce back?
Have a abysmal year.
Yeah, abysmal's probably better. Yeah, I mean, there's no way North Carolina has a bad year like that again. And if they do, then I don't even want to hear the conversations come out of Chapel Hill, because there's always going to be those fans that are going to be like, oh, we got to fire Roy Williams if it gets bad.
Williams. I mean,
and then it's going to be like, what?
The court is named after him now.
Yeah, like how do you fire that dude?
Roy
Williams is there until 2 things happen: either he retires or somebody coming for him. And by somebody, I mean somebody not from this realm. Okay, you see what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, those are the only 2 ways he's leaving. So, put that on the record. Let's see. Is there anything else in sports, as we have about 18-ish minutes left in the show?
Jarvis Frederick retired. Y'all know who that is?
Who?
Jarvis?
Who? I really can't hear, actually.
Our center, the Cowboys center.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I did see that.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that. I said, dog, poor Amanda.
I know. He was one of those solid, overall solid person. I think he had got 2 degrees from Wisconsin. Smart
Wisconsin.
Guy.
Oh,
he had a rare autoimmune disease, and so he sat out in 2018. So I think it was more of a health thing. But he when we had our top O line where they went it was Frederick and then Collins and the other guy that I can't think of, and they went 5 Pro Bowls together. He just has insane stats. I think it's on passing plays over 3,000 snaps, and he allowed 6 sacks total, and 4 of them were during his rookie year. So that's just another guy that we're not going to be able to replace in the draft. You know what I mean? So there's my Cowboys corner for the day.
What Jared got going on?
Yeah, Jared, what's happening?
What's happening? Yeah, what's happening?
Continue talking. Don't let me distract you.
That's that cold.
Look like you're about to go mug someone.
I might. I know Jack's still here, and I know where he lives.
Jack, don't worry about it, Jack. I got you. Don't worry about that. You're fine.
Devin,
Okay, I got shooters.
yeah. Is there anything else in sports?
Sports just need to come back, man. We took it for granted. I did.
I
took
did
it for
too.
granted.
I think
No.
we all do.
Yeah, I think we all did.
I don't know what to do with my life.
Because when the whole thing happened, we kind of just assumed that sports would keep going on just without crowds. We didn't think this would happen.
Yeah, it all happened so fast.
It's true.
Yeah, so
Jared, what's happening? Where are you going?
I got gloves today. I got gloves today. You know, in case anybody has the ick. See? And then I got my gloves. And then I have my face mask. This is what this is for. Like, if something bad happens, right? Instead of buying those disposable face masks, and plus you gotta save those for the doctors, right? I bought I don't know how to say it in Russian, but a blavakava, right? And then
Flava.
yeah, and then bam, boom.
Can y'all see this on my screen? Can y'all read this?
Oh, I see Luca. That's a good site. What does it say?
Why don't you just read it to us, Amanda?
Well, the picture.
Or you can screen share it.
But this is my phone.
Yeah,
my
but you can screen share from a phone. I've done it. Unfortunately.
It's a picture of the 49ers defense in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl with 11 minutes and 57 seconds remaining, and the caption reads, "Me and the boys thinking 2020 would be our year," and the score is 20-10 San Francisco.
Man, screw that Super Bowl, man. I hated that. I was all in on the Niners hype train. I wanted it to be right.
I mean, I think I chose the 49ers though.
I don't know. I think everybody on the show chose the 49ers except for Carter, who chose the Chiefs. I think it was Carter.
No, Carter went with the 49ers.
Who chose? It was Alex. That's right, because I was upset. I don't like when Alex is right.
Well, it's going to be about the same next year. I hate to say it, though.
What, for the 49ers or Alex?
49ers. Alex,
Oh.
No. That's my guy. And you're going to stop doing him like that. That's
Doing,
my guy.
doing him like what?
Doing Alex wrong. Like, Alex, first of all, Alex to stop allowing you to bully him. That's the first thing.
I don't bully him. See,
I do, Jared.
See, here's the thing. If I like pick on you, that means you're cool. I like you, right? So that means Alex is high up on the totem pole.
No.
Jared, you get really offended when I give it back to you. If I like turn it back on you, you like go and like get all depressed and then make some.
Yeah, that's because I'm emotionally unstable. I thought you guys figured that out by now.
You can't dish it out if you can't take the heat.
Hey, yeah, I can. I'm just emotionally unstable and damaged. I thought you guys knew this.
I be really, Jared, you gonna stop doing him like that?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Because I'm graduating.
All right, I'm off the show. Like, why you say that? Now I'm back in my sad moment.
Look, there's still a month left, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's still a month left. And Javon's graduating. You didn't say nothing about him.
Javon graduating too?
Yeah.
Who now for real? See, it's over.
Amanda and Jack are still there.
Jack, is you coming back next year, Jack?
Depending on how many satisfactories I get in these online classes, yeah, I'll be here.
Satisfactory. Wait, Jack, real note. What's it like online? I feel like that would be hard.
Actually, it's easy because the professors don't know how to run a class.
Unless I'm your professor, and then I know how to run a class online.
Yeah, see, Jared, you're what, 30? So you're pretty young.
How dare you?
So like you know how a computer works, but like my statics professor, Dr. Stallings, he doesn't know how a computer works. So he just gets frustrated and says, learn it. So it's pretty easy.
You know what? That's been going on with me too, Jack. Don't feel bad.
Well,
Jared, how old are you?
I want you guys to guess how old I am.
Well, you always depressed. So
yeah. So with every college student and high school student, like, what does that even mean?
No, you on a whole nother level.
No,
like
Jared, don't bring us down to your level, okay? And Jared's 24.
Jared's on another level. Jared just, I be feeling bad. I be scared for my boy. I'm gonna say you're 20, 25.
24.
I'm 24. I just turned 24 not too long ago. I'm in my Kobe years, bro. And I was saying that before things happened.
Okay.
It's a good year. It's a good year.
Yeah. Jared, way to bum us out even more.
Hey, if you're not already bummed out now, I don't know what to say.
I just like how Jared.
Try to be positive. Or else, what else is there to do?
Well,
Do you
Beat
have a
it-
problem with me and Carter? Because you just threw me under the bus, sort of like how you did him on the show.
I didn't throw you under the bus. I said I'm going with the story, and I can't just stop and say we're not gonna do it after the comment, right? I have
No,
to,
you should.
because people are gonna wonder what was he gonna talk about, and
No,
then
you're gonna allow me to say he's trash, and then you're gonna go back and say, "Oh, his mom." Like, come on, man.
I thought you knew. I thought you knew where we were going. I think Javon knew where we were going.
I think so.
I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't. Hey, Jack, does that sound just like how he did Carter?
Now Carter, I did that on purpose, and then I backed up.
Well, you did.
Cause Carter doesn't respect the troops.
I feel like a jerk now because I really caught him trash.
No, don't.
With a very, story. Like, I thought we were talking about the game itself. I didn't think we was talking about that. So that really, dang, Jerry, you threw me on the bus too.
No, cause I know deep down you still got respect for Cat. You do. Didn't you say months ago that Big Cat would beat the brakes off Embiid?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like Cat. You do.
That's the only thing I give him. Other than that, give me anybody else in the league, he getting beat up.
Wait, so Embiid's like the most likely person to get beat up in the league?
No, I ain't gonna say that. It's just with Big Cat. It's just that relationship is different.
Yeah. We got about 9 more minutes. How is everybody doing in quarantine? What are they doing? What are you guys doing now?
Did y'all see that video that Steph Curry posted of him chipping a ping pong ball into a solo cup?
No.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Okay, well, pretend you saw it. That's what happened. That's what I did yesterday. Is I recreated the video and I successfully chipped the ping pong ball into the solo cup. I can send you guys a video later.
That sounds like excellent TikTok material, man.
I know. I think I'm gonna maybe that might be my first TikTok. I'll do a compilation or something.
That's a great idea.
I can do Dude Perfect, trick shot, quarantine edition.
Oh no. This is what society's turned into. We're all gonna start posting TikToks.
I mean, a lot of NBA players are already doing it, so they've pretty much pressured into creating TikToks. So it's gonna happen.
I was like you at one point. I sort of looked down at TikToks and I thought it was weird and dumb and I didn't understand it.
Oh, I secretly have a TikTok. Jack knows about it.
It's not that secret to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's great content on there.
If you look for it, you can find it. Yes.
Yeah. The algorithm is very accurate. If you like one thing, it knows you very well.
Yeah. Javon, how are you doing in quarantine?
Oh, been okay. I mean, it sucks because I'm graduating, this semester, so I thought I'd be able to walk down stage, but it's nope, we don't know when we're gonna do it now. So it might be in the summer, it might be in December. So it sucks.
Yeah. Our graduation is postponed. They told us that we're gonna have one, but we don't know when. So apparently, I have to come back anyway to walk.
Yep.
I don't know if it's worth it at that point, but we'll see.
Honestly, I feel like I might forget.
Yeah.
What's supposed to happen? Especially if I get a job somewhere on the West Coast. Do I really want to fly back just to get a diploma?
Do I really want to go back to Auburn to get because we're already going to have the diploma. It says they're going to mail it to us.
Yeah.
Do I really want to go back to Auburn just to walk? Or do I want to go back to Auburn see people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll see. Still looking for jobs, though. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I did see one really cool job. And if I land that, the whole signing day episode where I pull out a hat and I'll let you guys know, that's going to be a fun day. Because y'all going to be like, bruh, how'd you even land that? I'm going to be like, because I'm the best. I want you guys to know.
Regardless, I'm going to say boo. So it don't even matter.
Don't boo. You're going to be right back here next year. I don't know what you're talking about. You ain't going nowhere.
Dude, I'm telling you.
You signed a contract.
With you.
Yeah, but you didn't read the fine print where it said it was a whole year, not a semester. So you're through the fall, and you signed it. So that's why you read something. That's why you read.
I did sign it.
Jack, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jared. I've been playing a lot of video games, Animal Crossing, and MVP Baseball 2005. I've just been switching off between those two. When I get bored of one, I just go to the other. Been cooking a lot of food and watching a lot of Hulu. So I haven't done much, honestly. But my Animal Crossing island's pretty awesome.
I know that we visited Henry's Island. That was fun.
It was cool, yeah.
But with 5 minutes to go, unless there are any other news, either from sports or entertainment or pop culture, I don't really have anything else.
Prince Charles has coronavirus.
He does, which at this point, I'm pretty sure the Queen is immortal, and so is Betty White. Because Betty White's like 93, 94. Homegirl is still kicking. And let me tell you something. This virus better stay away from her. All right? I don't need any more of that. I'm just saying. Anything else?
Oh yeah, Jack. I started the Star Wars. Hey.
Which episode did you start?
I actually just went to it and I put in like the Star Wars thingy, did episode 1. I just pressed it. I didn't do nothing else. I got to episode 3. I'm still confused of what's going on, but I'm with you, Jack. I'm gonna stay with it the whole entire way. I got nothing else.
He's confused.
Talk about it.
He's confused, but he has spirit.
Movies, or is he watching the show?
I think it's the movies.
Not episodes, but I just went through like certain movies. But Jack, I will say this though. It is high action, and I really do get what you mean. I just have to really sit down and zone in to get it.
So Devin, you watched the ones from the 90s, the bad ones?
No, I started with the new one. I ain't start with the old ones. I started.
Jack, calm down.
I need to start with the old ones. I thought I was supposed to be starting with the ones in the 2010s and up.
I'll text you, Devin.
Thank you, Jack.
Jack almost had a conniption fit hearing that news. Hey,
You started with the new ones.
My bro, I didn't know what to do, so I just.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Don't worry. Episode 9 is the best one anyway.
But Jack, we're gonna be on that. Jack gonna send me that, and I'm gonna continue to watch it. But hey, I did lose my quarantine pounds because I've been working out in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's self workout.
That's good.
Oh, I've been working out too.
Do your squats and your crunches, calisthenics.
Yeah, man. Cause the summertime's still coming. I gotta get right.
Yeah, I've been working out too. Yeah.
Jared, I can actually see it though, bro. You slimming down.
Yeah, I've been running from my demons a lot. So.
Get off the show. Hey man, Javon, man, Javon, all love. Miss Amanda all the way in Texas, man, holla, Jack and Auburn, man, I love y'all. This man running from demons.
That was a good joke. I've been in quarantine since before spring break. Do you know what mental state I am in? I am in right now.
I told you go outside and walk.
Yeah, Jared, you need to go on walks. Yeah. You need to go outside.
You can go outside.
I don't trust these streets. I don't trust these streets.
Jared, you have to go outside every day.
No.
Maybe read a book.
I can't read. I can't read. Remember, I can't read a book.
Podcasts.
Jared,
I'm in a rough part of town, like Jack said.
Well, Jared, if you're not going to take all these steps, then you can't complain about going crazy or your mental health when you're not taking the proper steps.
Yeah, I can. That's like my whole character arc. Like if this is a whole Netflix series or TV show, that's my whole shtick. It really is. What?
And you can go outside, bro. And if you ever need somebody to walk, I'll walk with you. It's no big deal. Get in your car and just drive around.
Yeah, drive around with the windows down.
With the windows down, blast your music, and just intake it. I'm telling you, you okay.
Okay, so
strong.
Yeah, Jared, if you come back in the same hoodie,
it's a comfortable hoodie. I'm sorry.
But that's really depressed in it. So when you keep putting it on, you're putting back on the depression. Take it off.
Yes, Devin, that is.
Are you speaking facts?
Yes.
Speaking from the heart, Jared.
Same thing with your sweater that has the weird elbow patches on it. Get rid of that one too. That one's also that's your winter depression hoodie. And don't say who it's named after, Jared. Don't.
No, I can't anymore because I can't. But that's my professor sweater. I only wear it when I'm teaching, and I ain't teaching much no more. So, to be fair,
just do that for me, bro. Just do that for me. Everybody else, y'all be safe, man, and enjoy yourself and etc.
All right. Well, for Amanda Warren, Jack Hart, Javon Cutler, and Devin Foreman, thank you all for joining me on the show from wherever you may be. Stay safe as always, and we will make sure that. Oh, look, here's some news coming in right before we end. Christian Wood, Pistons big man, has fully recovered from the coronavirus. So there you go. There's your bright, sunny news for the day. Because at the end of the day, while it's a dark moment, there's always still a little bit of sunshine. Am I right?
Stop putting everybody in dark moments. Everybody's not really dark. It's only you.
No, I mean, like, from a global perspective, right? Like, it's these are uncharted territories, and usually uncharted territories are a little bit darker. You know, the unknown is scary.
Yeah, say that. Don't just put everybody in a dark place, because I'm actually happy. I can go right outside and play basketball.
So, I mean, uncharted territory, the unknown is scary, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Is that better?
Oh, Jared, that makes it sound like we're dying.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know what to say. Like,
Jared, you're not allowed to say anything motivational.
Oh.
Not your forte.
okay, well,
Jared, just say this, Jared. Everybody have a great day.
Look at the sunshine, smell a flower, enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day. That's all you can say.
That's perfect. Yeah.
okay, here we go. Hold on, let me get the camera to
Jared
focus on
knocked
that.
himself out of focus with this negativity.
All right, so let's say it like this. To end the show, be safe, be happy, be loving, and always walk around with a smile on your face, because that's what life is all about.
Call your mom.
Call your mom, call your dad, call your friends, tell them you love them. I love all y'all. I hope you guys know
Put your
that.
friends hostage in an hour-long group chat.
Yeah, and if they don't respond, I don't know where Carter's at. I got to figure that out. But for Amanda Warren, Jack Hart, Javon Cutler, and Devin Foreman, I'm Jared Doe saying thank you for joining us on the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 and Eagle Eye TV.